Welcome back to NY Flight Jets Talk. In this video, I will be doing my first mock off season. So that's who we re-sign in free agency, who we sign in free agency, if we accept or decline any options, who we trade, who we cut, and I will be doing a mock draft. All right, so let's get right into it. Let's see who out of the players who are free agents this offseason, let's see who we sign and re-sign. I tweeted this out. The players I have in a blue are the players that we re-sign, and the one green, which is Bryce Huff, is someone I think we franchise tag. So let's look at these contracts real quick. I have Chuck Clark signing a 1-year, $4 million contract with the team. It's a good price for him, in my opinion. I was really excited to see what he could do, and then obviously he tore his ACL in training camp, and he was out for the year. And then I think we tag Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff has been hands down Joe Douglas's best find ever. Free agency draft. He's an undrafted free agent, homegrown kid, and solid, very, very solid pass rusher. I think we tag him. $17.4 million is that franchise tag. All right. I think we signed Greg Zuerlein to a 3-year, $12.4 million deal. Call me crazy. Greg Zuerlein has looked incredible this season. There's an article published by our boy Green saying that his contract can be expected to look similar to Cairo Santos. Cairo Santos signed a 4-year, $16.5 million deal. So I'm basically just taking a year off that deal as I don't want to commit to him for 4 years, as stuff can change over 4 years. I think 3 years is the perfect length for that deal. I think we re-signed Solomon Thomas to a 1-year, $4.2 million deal. This offseason, he signed a 1-year, $3.9 million deal, and he has looked very solid. I think he's earned more money this year. He's been great stopping the run. He's been just a great run stopper and a good pass rusher for this team. Okay, Al Woods, I know I don't have him highlighted. I'd love to bring him back, but I think he's going to retire. He's a very, very solid run stopper, great tackle. Unfortunately, got hurt in that Broncos game, but I think he will retire. Okay, then we have Justin Hardy. 1-year, $2.3 million deal. Justin Hardy has been one of the best special teamers in football. He has just been incredible on the special teams. We need to bring him back. 1-year, $2 million deal is the price. Connor McGovern. See, I think we bring Connor McGovern back on a 1-year, $1.5 million deal. I think he can be solid for depth on this offensive line. I think we can definitely use him next year, as I don't think he's a lost cause. He was key moment, and then that not debacle because we won the game, but it was a rough game against the Giants where we lost a ton of offensive line players. He went down. Wes Schweitzer went down. It was just terrible. And then Billy Turner, obviously, we're not re-signing. He was supposed to be a swing tackle, and he was anything but that nature this season. All right, let's go back to we re-signed Ashton Davis this year, in my opinion. He has had an incredible year as a safety. I think we bring it back 1 year, $1.8 million. We just need one more year. I think we definitely bring back Thomas Morstead, a year and a $1.5 million deal. He has been arguably the best punter in football this season. We 100% bring him back. So that's who I think we re-sign out of the players that are free agents. Dalvin Cook, those guys, they can all walk. They have not done anything to contribute to this team. Borderline guy we re-signed is maybe Quentin Jefferson. We bring back, but I think we bring back Connor McGovern as depth and the other guys. All right. We accept AVT's $16.3 million 5th-year option. AVT is our guard. He's had injuries, but fully healthy, he can be an all-pro, 100% guard in this league. He has shown he can be very solid, but I think the plan is that we move him over to tackle. what we need to do for this offensive line are the two base. We need 3 new starters on this offensive line. That's the only way to put it. We need 3 new starters. So we have Tippmann at center and AVT at right guard. I think that's our base for starting this offensive line, and that starts with accepting his 5th-year option so we can get a couple more years out of him. I think we re-sign him after that too. And then I think we cut CJ Uzama. We have a ton of depth in this wide receiver room. Well, Kenny Abo is set to be a free agent. He's not coming back. But we have Tyler Conklin, who's a very, very solid pass-catching tight end, and Jeremy Ruckert, who has high upside to be a tight end too on this team. Keep in mind, we also have Zach Kuntz, who I think can be a valuable piece in this offense in the coming years. I mean, he just couldn't find his way onto the field, as even with Uzama hurt, we still have Conklin, Ruckert, and Yaboa. So I think Uzama's a June 1 cut. He did not live up to the hype whatsoever, bringing him out of Cincinnati. I think he's 100% June 1 cut. All right, let's go over to trades. I think we trade I know we trade Zach Wilson, but I think we can get a 5th-round pick for Zach Wilson, as there were reports from Rich Samini saying we can get a 5th-round pick. Boy Green also said something about that. Boy Green is the GOAT. Remember that, guys. Boy Green is the GOAT. But I think we can get a 5th-round pick for Zach Wilson, and I'll make that trade all day. A 5th-round pick for someone who's a struggling quarterback, 100%. He's never found his way in the system. Apparently, he was reluctant to play. I mean, his time's up in New York. That's the only way to put it. The New York media is tough, but his time is up in New York. All right, let's go to who we sign in free agency. I think we signed Jonah Williams, 3 years, $44.8 million. According to Spot Rack, they had him similar market value as that, but they said 5 years. I lowered it down to 3 years and changed the salary, as I think 3 years with this team, he can be a solid tackle. So we have Tippmann at center, AVT at right guard, and Jonah Williams at tackle. I think we signed Jacoby Brissett for a 1-year prove-it deal, $6 million. I think we need him. He can be a very solid quarterback too. We just need some sort of quarterback too, and I think he's our best option in case Rodgers goes down like he did this year. A quarterback that we don't want to see at all, but if we do need to see him, he's going to be solid and can win us a good amount of games, just like Gardner Minshew's done with the Colts. I like him. I'm all for making Baker Mayfield the highest paid backup. I like Tyrod Taylor. There's a bunch of guys of that nature that I would like to bring in. So far we signed Jonah Williams and Jacoby Brissett. All right. Now is where we make the big free agent splash. T. Higgins, 5 years, $80 million. T. Higgins is a 25-year-old stud receiver from the Bengals. He is going to do things with this team. Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback, he is going to be him and Garrett Wilson are going to be that 1-2 punch we have been looking for a long time. I think he's going to be one of the best he is one of the best wide receiver twos in the league, but I think Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback will increase those numbers, and him and Garrett Wilson bouncing off each other. Woof. I think T. Higgins is the best option. I mean, I know everyone wants Davante Adams, but I don't want Davante Adams. You've heard me on my life. 31 years old. The amount of draft capital we'd have to give up for Davante Adams, and he's a very good receiver, but his age and the amount of picks we'd have to give up scare me. T. Higgins has always been my guy since he's come into the league. I think T. Higgins has been incredible during his time in the league, and the Bengals have a very complicated situation with who's free agent on the offensive side of the ball. All right. I think we signed Kendrick Bourne from the Patriots, 2 years, $9.6 million. We need a wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3 on this offense. Is Xavier Gibson solid? Yes. Is he a wide receiver 3, second year as an undrafted free agent? No, he's not. I think Kendrick Bourne can be a very solid wide receiver number 3 option. If our wide receiver, if our three guys were Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins, and Kendrick Bourne, that core is set core, wonderful core. And then you have Lazard and Gibson battle it out for 4 and 5, and then you have Brownlee at 6. I think if Kendrick Bourne and T. Higgins would be great free agent signings for this team. And I think if we don't get Kendrick Bourne, someone of that wide receiver 3 kind of nature, but we do need a wide receiver 2 and a wide receiver 3, a backup quarterback, and O-line. And right here, that's addressing everything. And that leads me to my next point. The mock draft. All right, so let's get right into the mock draft. All right, first round, I have the Jets sitting at the 7th pick. We are at the 8th pick right now. I think we move up to the 7th. With the losses and stuff, depending on what happens in the Patriots game, I think we move up to the 7th pick. We take Olu Fashanu. See, if Olu Fashanu is available, 100%. If Joe Alt's available, 100%. If they're both off the board and Fuega's available, take Fuega. I'm staying away from JC Latham. He is Mekhi Becton all over again. So, Alt, Fashanu, or Fuega, if they're all three available, which is very, very unlikely, I'm taking Olu Fashanu. He is just an incredible tackle from Penn State. Just star tackle. Him and Alt are... I like him a little more than I do Joe Alt, but if one of them's available, 100% take them. If they're both off the board, Tyrese Fuega from Oregon State is a star tackle, and he can make very large contributions to this New York Jets team. All right. Then we go to the third round. We take Zach Zinter, guard out of Michigan. He was supposed to be a first or second round pick. He got hurt, blah, blah, blah. He can start on this team. Mark my word. He can start on this offensive line. He can be one of the best guards in football, rather, at full health. He can be a very, very solid guard in this league. Okay, so right now we have Tittman at center, AVT at right guard, Zach Zinter at left guard, Olu Fashanu, Joe Alt, or Tyrese Fuega at tackle. And then Jonah Williams at the other tackle. And then we have Carter Warren kind of as our swing tackle for depth. Then we go over to the fourth round. We draft Jordan. We have 2 fourth-round picks. We draft Jordan Travis and Blake Corum. Jordan Travis can compete with Jacoby Brissett or whoever we bring in for that quarterback 2, quarterback 3 spot. I think he could be a solid guy to develop under Rodgers. And I think we bring in Blake Corum because this running back room needs some help. It's only going to be Izzy and Brees next year, as Cook is definitely not re-signing with this team. Blake Corum, solid red zone guy out of Michigan. Love to bring him in. 6th round, I think we go TJ Sanders. We're going to need to replace Al Woods. Al Woods is going to retire. We're going to need to replace him. TJ Sanders, solid run stopper, 100%. Bring him in with that 6th round pick. And then the 7th round pick, bring in another safety, Deshaun Pace. So I think our safety room looks like Chuck Clark, Ashton Davis, Tony Adams, and Deshaun Pace. Deshaun Pace reminds me of Quincy Williams was a safety. He's forcing fumbles, just wrecking the game. I think he would be a very, very solid 7th round pick and a great addition to this defense. So, our O-line is now looking like Tittman center, Fashanu, Fuega, or Alt at tackle, Jonah Williams at opposite tackle, Zinter and Vera Tucker as our guards, and then Carter Warren, kind of our swing tackle, and Laken Tomlinson, kind of a backup guard used for depth. So if that was our draft class, I'd be very happy. I think that's probably the best draft class available realistically. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Marvin Harrison's going to be available at the 7th overall pick. Like, realistically, I think this is the best possible draft class. And last thing before we wrap it up, coaching staff. Fire Rob Calabrese, Keith Carter, and Todd Downing. We already know Douglas Sala and Hackett are coming back. Do you guys maybe not want it? Sure. But are they coming back? Yes. So realistically, these are the only 3 guys I could see them fire. Quarterback coach Rob Calabrese. He shouldn't have been on the staff in the first place. The quarterback room's been terrible. Gone. Keith Carter, offensive line has been a joke. Gone. Todd Downing, I think we fire him and bring in Josh McCown. Gone. Pass game coordinator. And the comments the players have made on the Titans about Todd Downing just really tells you all you need to know. Derrick Henry hated him, star players hated him, and the comments that Taylor Lewan made about Keith Carter, how he doesn't like veterans at all and runs them into the ground before training camp basically starts. So those are the guys I think we can see realistically firing. Tell me what you guys think in the comments how I did. I thought I did a pretty good job when it comes to who we sign and stuff. Realistically, I think that is our best mock off season to stay under the salary cap and draft performance. I thought that was very good with who we signed, who we cut. I think CJ Uzomah was 100% June 1 cut, but tell me what you guys think in the comments. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.